Welcome to the new sports report brought to you by Southern Contractors, AM Electrical, Honeybee Video Transfer, Dish Network in the Food City Shopping Center, Your Welcome Massage Therapy, and a new one, J&J Cabinets and Trims. See, they're jumping on board, and we're running out of room. So if you want to advertise on the new sports report, then shoot me that text right now and say I want a sponsor, and we'll get right to it. By now you should know the number, but in case you forgot, it's 423-912-2005. Just shoot me a text and say I want a sponsor, and we'll get right to it. One of our two top stories, Jacksboro Middle School playoff football. They haven't lost a game in 2 years and counting. Talking about the Eagles of Jacksboro Middle School, who were at home last Thursday in the second round playoff game against the Red Devils of Horace Maynard, who won the week before over Huntsville to advance to play the undefeated Eagles and defending state champion of Jacksboro Middle School. On a chilly night on the campus of Jacksboro Middle School, the Eagles were set for yet another journey to the TMSAA 3A Championship. The Eagles hadn't played in about 3 weeks, and it was tough for head coach Brent Beal to keep his team sharp, just waiting to see who they would play. We were there for two stories, a Jacksboro Middle School win and Will the Thrill Lester, but we'll get to Will in just a bit. Up first, the game. Jacksboro Middle School jumped out to an early lead as Will Lester ran in the first score from 28 yards out to draw first blood. He also caught the pass in the end zone for the extra 2 points. Jacksboro Middle School up 8-0. The Red Devils of Horace Maynard ran the ball very effectively against the Eagles defense, but again, the Eagles hadn't played a game for real in about 3 weeks, so they were a little bit rusty. As time was running out in the first half, Horace Maynard was driving the ball downfield. The quarterback dropped back to pass in the end zone, but number 9, Peyton Ferguson, was right there to pick it off for the Eagles, and he ran it all the way back down the left sideline for another Eagles score, and the extra point was good, making your halftime score JMS 16, Horace Maynard nothing. The second half was a defensive battle. They gained yards, we gained yards, but no one scored until late in the game when the Red Devils finally got on the board, but it was too little too late for the Red Devils as the final gun sounded and the scoreboard read JMS 16, Horace Maynard 8. As I said, we were there to also cover Will the Thrill Lester, who only needed 156 rushing yards to join his dad, Brent Lester, in the Jacksboro Middle School 1,000-yard club, and we're proud to report that he got it. A couple of big runs in the first half got him close, and he sealed the deal on a big run in the second half, and the Red Devils defense was keying on Will all night long. They did not want him to gain the necessary yards at their expense, but he did just that. He came into the game needing 146, he gained 157 yards unofficially, and wound up with a grand total of 1,011 yards rushing. And we're going to say counting. First of all, guys, let me congratulate you on your big win tonight. You're headed to the championship game again, and you've got a title to defend this year, don't you, Brent?
Yeah, 2 years undefeated.
Right. Now, and you kind of talk about how that, and most people say, well, that's nothing. Well, if it was nothing, everybody would do it. But talk about all the hard work that goes in. For 2 years.
There's a lot of hard work that goes into that. We lost 24, 25 8th graders last year.
Right.
And a lot of people didn't think we'd be able to go back-to-back undefeated seasons. So I think a lot of the kids put in a lot of work,
right,
had a little chip on their shoulder, and it paid off, and here they are.
And that motivated them.
It did.
And it also motivated the coaches, too.
It did.
And of course, this win, the head coach said it was for Connor tonight.
It was.
And
it's been a tough week for a lot of these kids here at Jacksboro Middle. Connor was a good friend of all these boys. And I know
he was loved by everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing we got to get to is Will the Thrill Lester. Now, how many yards did he wind up with tonight?
Unofficially, I have to go back and look at the film again, but it was 153 yards.
And he only needed
146.
So he's We've got the only members of the 1,000-yard club standing right here. Hey, Will, what did you think when you finally got the yards you needed?
Oh, I did it for Connor.
Yeah, you did it for Connor. Of course, now the first thing you wanted was a big win for your team.
Yes.
But you got a lot of yards in the first half too. You only lacked so many in the second half, didn't you?
Yeah. I had like 130.
126.
126.
Yeah. Will, we congratulate you, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll have you on the sports report.
Thank you.
All right. They have one more game to play, and it will be October 27th up on the hill on the campus of Campbell County High School at El Hope Dossett Stadium for a rematch with the Yellow Jackets of Cherokee as they won. Now, if you recall, the Eagles won last year 8-6, so you know the Yellow Jackets will be looking to sting some Eagles and exact a little bit of payback on our Eagles. They have their work cut out for them. A lot of people said the Eagles would be down this year. They're too young to repeat or even think about it, but here they are, back in the game. And the games will begin at 12 o'clock up at Campbell County High School at El Hope Dossett Stadium. At 12 noon for the 1A, it'll be 3 o'clock for the 2A, and 6 p.m. for the 3A championship games. And they'll all be played on the campus of Campbell County High School on the El Hope Dossett Stadium field. But make sure you're there to cheer on the Eagles of Jacksboro Middle School, and also make sure you dress warm because it's always cold and windy up on the hill. And finally, head coach Brent Pill was proud of his team. They fought hard against a very good football team in the Red Devils of Horace Manor. But he told his players after the game, we're really going to have to work hard this week. We have to get better because the Eagles made a lot of mistakes in this game, and the coach knows the Yellow Jackets will take full advantage of that fact. And again, this was their first game in 3 weeks, so he knows you can't turn it on and off just like that. They'll be back at work on Monday, and I know the coach will have them prepared. The coach also told his team after the game, this win was also for Connor Lane, as they had an empty chair on their sideline in remembrance of their fallen friend who left us way too early in life, a young man whom everyone, and I mean everyone, loved, and we all miss dearly, and he will never be forgotten. Is your home safe? Here are the top 5 causes of electrical fires in the home. Faulty outlets, appliances, light fixtures, extension cords, space heaters, outdated wiring. When's the last time you had your wiring checked in your home by a professional? One called AM Electrical Services LLC can put your mind at ease. Call them right now at 423-907-4251 or 423-494-4280. Don't wait another day. Call AM Electrical Services LLC right now. Look for AM on Facebook. Tired of your contractor giving you the runaround? Better call Kevin. Call Kevin Ward at Southern Contractors. The only running they do is to get the job done in time and at affordable prices. That's Kevin Ward at Southern Contractors, 423-912-3186. Better call Kevin. Slow down and let Laura take you away. For a moment in time, let a gentle, soothing massage take you to another place. Massage therapy relieves stress, anxiety, and the everyday worries for a moment in time. Swedish massage, focused deep massage, sinus relief, facial massage, couples deep tissue massage, hot stone and Swedish combo. We also offer spray tans at Your Welcome Massage Therapy in their new location next to Castleton's behind Pizza Hut. So call them today at 423-377-1124 to make an appointment and see what a difference a massage can make for you at Your Welcome Massage Therapy. From start to finish, J&J Cabinets and Trim complete the job, whether it's in the kitchen, living room, or wherever it may be. Call Joshua at 423-437-1776 or Jason at 423-871-1447 and let them come out and give you a fair and honest estimate of how little the job will cost to beautify your home and improve its value. So, call J&J today. You'll be so glad you did. Are you the biggest fan? If you think you are, then be sure to be at Dish Network in the Food City Shopping Center November the 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You could be the lucky winner of one of these VIP fan experiences. The Real Housewives, Shooter, Sci-Fi, or hey, are you the biggest WWE fan ever? If you think you are, then stop by and register now, November 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and we'll find out. For more information at 423-457-2776. And then we'll find out who's really the biggest fan. This is our other top story as the JV Hoppers led by team captains Isaac Taylor Ray and Aiden Mosier played a team they played earlier in the year and lost to. The only team that put a blemish on our record, and this past Saturday our baby Cougars are set out to make things right. Now here's the story. Campbell County Youth Football Championship. Our JV Hoppers were sad to report that our JV Hoppers lost this past Saturday at Fairview Elementary School to the Chargers of South Clinton, a very good little football team. We lost 24-8, but it was more competitive than in their first meeting. Now they scored first, but didn't get the extra point, putting the Chargers up 6-0. They scored later in the first half, but again they did not convert on the extra point, and your halftime score was Chargers 12, our baby Cougars nothing. In the second half, our Cougars came alive as Trenton Norman ran one in from 42 yards out, and we got the 2-point conversion to draw close at 12-8. I thought it was going to be a ball game, and I was hoping we'd come back and win, but they scored again later, and that was it. We couldn't move the ball, and we never did recover a fumble. After we got a fumble recovery, but then again we gave it right back to them, so that was your ball game. The final gun sounded, and our Cougars took second place in the JV Hopper division, with the Chargers finishing first. Congratulations go out to both teams and their coaches and their fans. And our little guys especially have nothing to be ashamed of, as they competed and played with class as both teams did, and it was a very good football game and a very good year for both teams. Most of these little guys though on our team will be back next year, so let's see how things go next year. I'm betting our Cougars will be back. Now they had 3 more games to play in the other divisions, but they wasn't local, so we didn't stay.
You're watching David Graham Sports Report.
Right off the bat, we congratulate senior Kaylee Welch, who was crowned the 2018 Campbell County High School Football Homecoming Queen. And now to the game. We let one slip away, and we may miss the playoffs. The Cougars have been in the playoffs for more years than it seems under Coach Price, but we may have blown our chance this past Friday night at El Hope Dawson Stadium with our loss to the Dragons of Clinton. You could kind of see this one coming. Although we scored first, we didn't score enough and let the Dragons sneak up on us, and before we knew it, we ran out of time. It started out like just another Clinton-Campbell County game where we let the Dragons think they actually have a chance. But we pulled the rug out from under them at the last minute, but there was no rug this time, or we couldn't find it, and we lost 29-21 in a game we absolutely had to have to remain in the playoff chase. All we had to do was win the next 1 or 2 games and we're in. We certainly knew we could beat Clinton, but we didn't get that memo and turned the tables as they found the rug before we could and got their hands on it and pulled it out from under us. We now have to win at home this Friday against the West, who will come into play. You can bet your bottom dollar this Friday night they want to go to the playoffs as well. Now we'll have to be at our best if we want to win this game. So I'll say it again, we got to have this one for sure, and it will be senior night up on the hill, so get up there and support the seniors, and also make sure you're dressed warmly. Here's the up-to-the-minute standings. Fulton and Oak Ridge are tied at 8-1, and they're 5-0 in the region. Campbell County's in third place with a 4-5 record overall. They're 2-3 in the region. Knox West is 2-3 in the region. Clinton is 2-3 in the region. Now they have different overall records. Clinton and Knox West are 3-6. It's kind of cluttered right there in the middle between Campbell County, Knox West, and Clinton. We got to have it. and we gotta hope that Clinton loses. Alright, here's some other scores from around the region. Knox Fulton beating Knox West 41-20, and that was a Thursday night game, but don't let that fool you. West is better than that. Karns beat Seymour 35-19, so there's some hope, as we hope they can beat Clinton, who beat our Cougars 29-21. Oak Ridge beat Powell 28-21 to set them back even further. Now in other area scores, Cosby, as we said, beat Jellicoe, well, 49-14, we'll go ahead and tell you. And Cumberland Gap won in a good ball game here over Claiborne County 14-7. Are you the biggest fan? If you think you are, then be sure to be at Dish Network in the Food City Shopping Center November the 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You could be the lucky winner of one of these VIP fan experiences. The Real Housewives, Shooter, Sci-Fi, or hey, are you the biggest WWE fan ever? If you think you are, then stop by and register now, November 24th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and we'll find out. For more information at 423-457-2776. And then we'll find out who's really the biggest fan. Tired of your contractor giving you the runaround? Better call Kevin. Call Kevin Ward at Southern Contractors. The only running they do is to get the job done in time and at affordable prices. That's Kevin Ward at Southern Contractors, 423-912-3186. Better call Kevin. From start to finish, J&J Cabinets and Trim complete the job, whether it's in the kitchen, living room, or wherever it may be. Call Joshua at 423-437-1776 or Jason at 423-871-1447 and let them come out and give you a fair and honest estimate of how little the job will cost to beautify your home and improve its value. So, call J&J today. You'll be so glad you did. Is your home safe? Here are the top 5 causes of electrical fires in the home. Faulty outlets, appliances, light fixtures, extension cords, space heaters, outdated wiring. When's the last time you had your wiring checked in your home by a professional? One called AM Electrical Services LLC can put your mind at ease. Call them right now at 423-907-4251 or 423-494-4280. Don't wait another day. Call AM Electrical Services LLC right now. Look for AM on Facebook. Slow down and let Laura take you away. For a moment in time, let a gentle, soothing massage take you to another place. Massage therapy relieves stress, anxiety, and the everyday worries for a moment in time. Swedish massage, focused deep massage, sinus relief, facial massage, couples deep tissue massage, hot stone, and Swedish combo. We also offer spray tans at Your Welcome Massage Therapy in their new location next to Castleton's behind Pizza Hut. So call them today at 423-377-1124 to make an appointment and see what a difference a massage can make for you at Your Welcome Massage Therapy.
You're watching David Graham Sports Report!
In middle school basketball, here's what's coming up. Jacksboro Middle School basketball will start out November the 8th at H.Y. Livesey at 6 p.m. Then November the 12th, they're at home against Norris. That tip-off is set for 6 p.m. as well. The Owls will be in the Tip-Off Classic at Eagleton for varsity boys only, October 27th to November the 4th. Then for the JV girls and JV boys, they will play Jellicoe Middle School at home on November the 5th, and both games start at 5 p.m. Elk Valley Middle School is already going at it. They're already playing. They have already played 3 games. They played the Wildcats of White Oak, and now the report. They were in full swing after playing J. Frank White Academy and Clarefield already. White Oak was their 3rd game of the young season. Up first, the ladies took the floor, and the Lady Wildcats of White Oak won in a very good ball game, 31-23. Breeding led the Lady Wildcats with 17 big points. Good thing she showed up. The Lady Elks of Elk Valley were led by Brewer and Morgan. They had 7 points each. Up next, it was Hayden Llewellyn who dropped a whopping, get this folks, this kid is awesome, I'm telling you, 41 points on the Wildcats. For the Wildcats, they were led by Henderson with 9. but Hayden took over the game from start to finish, and they won 55-33 over the Wildcats, who just had no one to stop, Hayden Llewellyn. But anyway, next up for the Elks, Thursday, October 25th, when they will be hosting the Bulldogs of Wynn, and the Sports Report will be there to cover all that action and bring you back a full report. Want to thank our great friend, Coach Jerry Llewellyn, for all the info. See? That's all you got to do, coaches. Shoot me the info and we'll get you right on the show. We still don't have the middle school schedules from Wynn, White Oak, and Jellicoe, so text me those schedules at 423-912-2005. While we were covering the JV Hoppers up at Fairview Middle School, we had a chance to talk with Joshua Edders, who is not only the Campbell County Youth Football League president, but also the Volunteer Football League president, and that position is voted on by the league and his peers. We talked about the past season in the Campbell County Youth Football League and what he likes and what he would like to change, and here's what Joshua had to say.
Now, Josh, let's talk a little bit about the Campbell County Youth Football League. What did you like about this past year, and what didn't you like? What would you like to change?
We had a lot of kids that come out to play. We lost a lot of kids due to baseball, extra baseball seasons during the fall.
Right.
Soccer's a growing sport in Campbell County now. It's hard to compete with both aspects of it. So
yeah. But you know what, Josh? There's really nothing you can do to change that. You can't really, is there?
There's not. We just encourage more and more kids to come out and join our program, be a part of it. We have terrific relationship with Jacksboro and LaFollette middle schools and the high school. They come out and they watch these kids. We're a feeder program for the middle schools, right? On the next level. Most of the kids that's at Jacksboro and LaFollette now, all of those have come to the Little League program.
And some of the kids at Campbell County High School.
Yes, there's quite a few at the high school that, once the program really got started and taken off, that has moved along. So
and people have asked me, well, why don't you have the kids that's of middle school age? And I've tried to explain it to them that it's hard to compete with the middle school.
It is. Our age limits go up to 11. They can turn 12 during the season. And, the majority of those kids are sixth graders. And it's hard to compete with two middle schools,
right?
To keep 11-year-old kids to play.
And a lot of them are short-handed anyway.
They are.
Like LaFollette Middle School. They don't have a lot come out in the summertime. They do when school starts.
Yeah. We usually start to...
All right, we've got a touchdown. I think that's Union County playing
Lake City.
Lake City.
We start our season in the second week of July, and it usually runs through the third to fourth week of October,
right,
with playoffs and championships. That's one thing my wife has done this year is once the championship is over with next weekend on November 3rd, we are actually hosting a cheer competition for all the cheerleaders of the VFL conference.
Wow.
So
that's going to be awesome. Now, do you already know where you got a location picked out for that?
We've been in talks with Mr. St. John at LaFollette Middle School,
right,
and I believe we're going to be using the LaFollette Middle School gym.
Well, that'd be awesome.
It will. These boys out here playing football, they have the playoffs and the championships, but there's never been anything for the little girls.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to get a cheer tournament going for them.
Well, that'll be awesome, and we'll keep in contact.
Absolutely.
Now, today, of course, the RJV Hoppers, we're proud to report they won.
They are. They have went 9-1 on the season now, with one loss, and they'll hopefully get their chance back next weekend.
And they're playing a team that they lost to earlier in the year.
It is.
But and I noticed in that game, I don't know if you did, but I did, that the opponents, the South Clinton, started out on fire.
Yeah.
But the Cougars seemed to wake up, and they made it a game.
They did. They had a little bit of a slow start, but once they got their feel in, they really picked up and finished the game out strong.
Now, you're playing here at Anderson County High School. Now, why are you guys down here?
We do the playoffs at Anderson County. It's a neutral field between all programs.
Right.
Campbell County Youth Soccer League did not play this past Saturday due to the weather, but they'll go back at it this Saturday, and this will be the last games before the tournament. So get up there and check out these little guys, and we'll be there for their tournament. Now, we're kind of busy this Saturday, but we'll get up there the next Saturday, and we'll check out all that tournament action, and we'll bring you back a full report right here on the Sports Report.
You're watching David Graham Sports Report! You're watching David Graham Sports Report!
In elementary school basketball, Jacksboro was at Valley View, White Oak was at Elk Valley, but we were at Kerrville to check out the Baby Owls as they took on the Cardinals in Cardinal Nation, and now here's the story. You know, I told the coaches down at CES that we're going to have to check the water or something to see how come CES is always a strong basketball program. It can't be the coaches because they've had different ones over the years, or the players for that same reason. So what is it? What makes CES a powerhouse in elementary school basketball? The Owls came calling Tuesday afternoon to find out, and they too left with 2 losses. In the girls' game, it was not very competitive, as Coach Tabby Ivy of La Follette Elementary School tells us. The La Follette Elementary School team only has 2 girls that's ever played basketball before, and that doesn't bode well when you're trying to beat the Lady Cardinals. The Baby Lady Owls lost 34-12 to probably the eventual champion in the large division girls. Bowens led the way for the Lady Owls with 6 big points. The Lady Cardinals were led in scoring by Coley Thompson, who had 20 big points. Now in the boys' game, you know, we were looking for a more competitive game here, but the Baby Owls could never get going, and they lost 32-9. Leading the way for the Owls was Smith, who had 6. St. John couldn't get his shots off, but neither could a lot of other Owls, but maybe it was due to the good defense by the Cardinals. Who knows? Whatever the case, the Cardinals won this one, but almost everyone on their team scored, but they were led in scoring by Logan. Now, we didn't get a last name in the score sheet. It just says Logan, but he had 11 big points. Games coming up October the 30th in the elementary school basketball. Kerrville will be at Jellicoe. Elk Valley is at Jacksboro. La Follette is at Wynn. We'll be there for that one. White Oak will be at Valley View. Now, Thursday night, we will be at Elk Valley. All right, let's recap. So here in high school football, Fulton will be at Oak Ridge, and that's a special Thursday night TV game. So check it out if you can. Cougars are at home against West. Clinton is at Karns. Howell is at South Doyle. And here's some area games you may be interested in. The Blue Devils are at home against Berea, Kentucky. And Rockwood comes in to Panther Nation to visit Cumberland Gap. So get up there and support the Panthers. Okay, and don't forget, middle school championships start 12 noon up at El Hope Dodson Stadium this Saturday. It starts at 12 o'clock for the 1A, and it starts at 3 o'clock for the 2A, and then 6 o'clock for the 3A, and that's the game we're interested in, as Jacksboro Middle School will defend their state crown against the team they played last year. So, and that's Cherokee, the Yellow Jackets of Cherokee. And you can bet your bottom dollar it will be a knockdown dragout. So get up there and support the Eagles of Jacksboro Middle School as they try to defend their state crown. All right, it looks like we've run out of time again, but we want to thank you for being with us. Don't forget, if you missed a show, you can look me up on YouTube. Just search David Graham, and I'll have all the shows on there for you to enjoy. But first, we want to tell you about our sponsors. These are the guys that make it possible to get up to Jellicoe, to Elk Valley, to White Oak, to Wynn, Valley View, Kerrville, Jacksboro, La Follette, and everywhere in between. These are the guys that make it happen, so please go see these guys. AM Electrical Services, LLC, Honeybee Video Transfer, Southern Contractors, call Kevin Ward today. Dish Network in the Food City Shopping Center, go down there and see Tammy, and let's see if you're the biggest fan. And also J&J Cabinets and Trim. and Your Welcome Massage Therapy. All right, we thank you for being with us again. We'll see you in here next week.